All right. If you don't know her, you better get to know her. Her name is Hales. Welcome to the Zoom room. How are you today?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing great. I just listened to your new single. Is it
Come
all?
through.
Say it again.
Come through.
Come Through. Okay. They didn't give me a name to it. They just gave me a single and I listened to it and I like it.
Thank you.
Okay, so it's off your, I know that you have a new project in the works, or is it already out? Tell me about it.
So I am currently working on my debut EP called Good Things Take Time, and this song will be on there.
Okay, so Come Through, Good Things Take Time. Now, what's the story behind the title to your new EP?
The story behind it. So at the top of quarantine, uh, wow, it's literally been a year since then. That's crazy.
Never thought we'd be here, but we are. Or
Right? It's crazy. um, but while so I work with two collaborators, Daniel Winshaw and Charles Myers. They're incredible musicians and producers. We started working on it, and literally every time we thought we were done, we like unlocked a new level. And I'm someone who like likes to just like get things done quick, do it and put it out. Yeah. But in the process, I realized that like every time we waited to make it a little better, like it just leveled it up every time. So I was like, good things take time. It makes sense. It resonates.
you gotta let it marinate. That's what I like to tell people.
Absolutely. No rush. Especially like in the circumstances we're in now, like there's no rush.
Absolutely. So, okay, Hales is an independent artist from Kansas City. So, I really don't think that people understand what it's like to be an independent artist. I feel like they think that the music industry is just glamorous. It's not,
Hmm.
there are glamorous moments, but can you
Hmm.
kind of tell people the grind and what it's like to be an independent artist and all the work that goes into it?
It is 100% DIY. Like I've been very lucky to come across people who like really just like the music and support me, so they help. But like everything is me. I take all my own photos, do my own album art. I'm promoting stuff myself. Like it's a DIY type of situation.
DIY and your own money as well. You're footing the bill, right?
Absolutely.
Yes. So, I mean, every moment, every dollar counts. Merch is very important to independent artists. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And so during the pandemic, I know that it affected a lot of people's pocketbooks. I know
Hmm.
you were creating your album, but have you been doing a lot of shows? How is that? I wouldn't say creative process, but just getting yourself out there. Has that been a struggle, or are you strictly focused on the album right now?
Um, Honestly, in the beginning, so I'm based in Brooklyn, New York now, and when it was nice out and it wasn't freezing cold and snowing, it we were doing live performances, which was great. Getting to connect with people, having people like hear my music and get like kind of that instant feedback was great. But as soon as everything kind of shut down and it got cold again, it was like full album mode in the studio, rewriting stuff, recording stuff, and that's kind of where we're at now.
So I guess it wasn't that bad. It gave you more of an opportunity to create. And I guess more focus.
Absolutely.
I feel like most of us got more focused during the pandemic.
Hmm. I feel like there was that period of time where everyone was like, oh my gosh, this is so new. What are we doing? Like chaos. But then once we settled into it, it was like, okay, let's bring it back, hone in, and get it done.
Absolutely. So let's talk about, so Come Through is the single that I listened to. And
Hmm.
if someone wanted to know what your sound was, how would you describe it?
Hmm. My musical influences are like so vast and like just literally all genres. But what I've heard the most is like neo soul. So
Ooh,
I'm cool with that. Like I love neo soul, so I will happily be put into that category.
okay, so Neo Soul, we really haven't seen. I mean, that was really big back in the, I guess, the 99 and the 2000s. And,
Uh-huh.
it's lacking right now in the music industry. We're hearing a lot of rap, mumble rap, ABC rap, I'm
Uh-huh.
like a rapper right now. So has it been difficult for you to break into the industry and bring that sound? Have people been accepting, or is it hard to introduce this generation and just the new ears to neo soul?
Honestly, I've had such a great reception to the music that I'm making right now. So I think maybe we're coming back around the time where people want to hear, uh, you know, singing and melodies and lyrics. So I think I'm excited because I think it's a new era. Also, a lot of the people I'm surrounded by are kind of doing similar things, like making just really really good quality music. So I think people are ready.
Good, because I'm ready.
Yes.
Something not like what we've been doing in music. I'm ready for a change.
Right.
You're from Kansas City. Where from in Kansas City?
Overland Park.
Overland Park. So how has KC shaped your sound of music, or has it done anything to your music, sound wise?
Hmm. I mean, I'm a big fan of Janelle Monáe, who's also from Kansas City.
Yeah.
But my music taste, like I have to give it like complete credit to my parents.
Okay.
Like I grew up listening to Jill Scott, Erica Badu, D'Angelo, tons of jazz music. Like my parents shaped my musical taste,
Mhm.
and my mom specifically has been in Kansas her whole life. So I think by way of her, absolutely influenced.
So are you saying that you're an old soul when it comes to the music?
I am. I love the classics and like I don't know, there's something about it. Yes, I would say definitely I'm an old head when it comes to music.
I'm an old soul, but I do like to turn up every once in a while and stand on.
Oh, absolutely. Balance, okay? Duality.
So what made you want to start a career in the music industry?
Well, I started off in musical theater. So I went to school for a year and a half in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I studied musical theater for a year and a half, and then I had the opportunity to tour with a few musicals. So I did that for 2 years, and that was kind of like a good professional intro. We were doing 8 shows a week, traveling all over the country, singing and dancing, and I was like, okay, this is definitely the lane that I want to be in. After the tours ended, I moved to New York, and I kind of realized that the commercial musical theater industry wasn't for me, but I still wanted to perform. Um, and then I started writing my own stuff, and I was like, this feels like me. Like I can still incorporate all the things I love, but I can do it my way, tell my own stories, and yeah.
That's fantastic. Moving to New York from Kansas City. Well, I know that you said you went to Pennsylvania first. What was
Mhm.
that transition like?
It was a culture shock,
Yeah.
honestly. Like it was. I mean, there's a lot of diversity in Kansas City, but in where I grew up specifically, not a lot. So um, I was like, oh my gosh, this is a whole new world. It took me a second to adjust, but once I found like my community of people and artists, it was like second home. But,
Yeah.
but KC always like
Always
I
in
got my little I got my little KC hat here, like
the day.
repping always.
I see you. Okay. And so back to being an independent artist and you talking about trying to find like your community and just, your musical friends. What does your team look like as an independent artist? Are you still a one man band? Because I know that you said that you do a lot of stuff on yourself, or do you have a full team developed?
So for musically, like the creation of the music and all of that, like the team is so solid. Daniel and Charles both produce everything. They literally play every single instrument. So like on that front, like totally good. It's more of like the things outside of the music directly, like promoting it, figuring out where I can perform, uh, just like press stuff. All of that is more like I've taken that on myself until, I'm at the point where I get a manager. But musically, the team is solid.
That's fantastic. Are these people that you've grown up with, you've known for a long time, or you just met them along the way and you're like, hey, okay, I think you could be a good fit?
Met him along the way. Like as soon as I kind of like set the intention that I wanted to go full force in the music thing, like the universe literally just like opened up the world and like brought them to me. It was so natural.
Cool, cool. So, okay, we got the single Come Through, and then the EP, Good Things Take Time. In
Mhm.
5 years, where do you see yourself, or where would you like to see yourself?
In 5 years, I want to, well, hopefully we will be completely corona free. People will be vaccinated and, you know, we're going to be out in the world.
Out in the street.
Live shows. I want to be touring. I want to be headlining like festivals, all of that.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'd like to see it too. A tour come through KC. You got to come through the studio when we open back up.
Of course. Yes.
Okay, so what else do you want people to know where they can follow you on social media?
So you can find me on Instagram, Twitter at Hales, HAILES, Hales, yes. I have a single coming out at the end of March called Escape, and I'm still in LA. I had to change my flight because the music video shoot went a little bit longer, but we just filmed a music video in the desert, and like it's gonna be incredible. So I'm super excited for people to see it.
Okay, well, I'm excited because we've been seeing a lot of snow. The weather's decent right now, but I mean
Uh
anything to
huh.
get my mind out of this cold weather.
Right.
So I'm excited to see a new video with the desert. Very cool.
Yes.
All right,
Yes.
Gills. Well, I appreciate you sliding through the Zoom room. I wish you much success, and we'll be on the lookout for your new projects. But in the meantime, they can stream it on all platforms, correct?
All platforms. Yep.
All right, all platforms come through, and then follow her at Hales Yes, right?
Yes.
There we go. I appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Thank you.